Today we're doing postpartum pelvic floor exercises to heal and strengthen the pelvic floor in a functional way. With consistency, this will help improve symptoms like leaking a little bit when you sneeze or jump, any pelvic floor pain, and even lower back pain. While these exercises may include exercises for the core and other parts of the body, we're really going to bring our attention back to the pelvic floor for every exercise. It's more beneficial to include muscles like the inner thigh or adductors and glutes than it is just to do pelvic floor contractions or Kegels by themselves. If you are practicing pelvic floor contractions, with each move you can add a pelvic floor contraction to your core breath. So we're going to inhale, diaphragmatic breath, expanding 360 degrees around through our ribs, keeping your shoulders relaxed. And then on an exhale, you can imagine a blueberry at the opening of your vagina, and exhale, lifting it in and up as your core draws in as well. If you're not sure if you're doing your pelvic floor contraction correctly, I'll link to another video there on exactly how to do it. Let's start on all fours. If you have diastasis recti, you can keep your knees down on the ground and just focus on your breathing with adding your pelvic floor contraction. If it's safe for you, we can tuck our toes, and on an exhale, as you do your pelvic floor contraction, we're gonna lift into a bear hover. So starting with a big inhale, exhale, lifting in and up, engaging your core, and let's hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release down, release your pelvic floor at the bottom as well. Let's take a big inhale in. Let's repeat that again, either pressing the knees into the ground if you have diastasis, or lifting off. Really lifting in and up, squeezing your pelvic floor, core is engaged. Releasing down. Good, we can do that one more time. Exhale, lifting in and up. Beautiful. Now on our next exhale, we're going to lift into bird dog, opposite arm and leg. So again, fully relaxing your pelvic floor. And on the exhale, lifting in and up as your leg and arm also lift. Good. Releasing down, relaxing your pelvic floor, and moving with your breath. On our next one, we're going to lift here, hold your pelvic floor, and pulse here. Releasing down, inhale, and other side, exhale, lifting up that blueberry, pulsing here. Good, fully releasing at the bottom. Let's move into a side plank now. We can line up our shoulders, hips, and knees, extending your top leg out. And as we exhale, lifting your pelvic floor, we can lift your top leg off, and then inhale, releasing it down again. Good, really focusing on your pelvic floor. Squeeze, inhale, release. Continue with your breath. Good. Pulsing here, holding your pelvic floor. Beautiful. Release all the way down. On our side, you can support your neck with your hand. Let's extend our top leg out. Hand can support in front of you. Feel lifted through your side body here. And then exhale, you're going to bring that knee up. You can press on it, lifting through your pelvic floor again. Inhale, extend. One more. Good, we can bring that top leg over cross, extending our bottom leg down. And on our exhale and pelvic floor contraction, we're gonna pulse here, release down, ensuring to release your pelvic floor at the bottom. Big inhale. Release, good. Again. Release, one last time. Releasing down, good. Let's flip over to the other side. We can set up in our modified plank here. And when you're ready, we'll find our breath, taking a big inhale. Exhale, we're gonna lift, focusing on our pelvic floor. Good. One last time. Good, releasing all the way down. Taking time to stack your knees and your hips, feeling a slight lift under here as if a little row of ants could crawl underneath. Let's extend our leg and then exhale, squeeze and press. One more here. Beautiful. Taking your top leg in front, extending your bottom leg. Let's take just a breath here. Fully release through your pelvic floor before we inhale, and then we're going to exhale and lift. Release. Big breath. Again. One last time. Beautiful job. We can come up safely. Let's take a quick sip of water. We get down on our back now. Bringing your heels in to touch your fingertips. We're going to take some diaphragmatic breaths and work on our fast twitch muscles. So we can take an inhale in, and then we're going to lift and release our pelvic floor as quickly as you can fully contract and down. So don't shorten your lift, fully make your contraction and then fully release it at the bottom, but as quickly as you can. So we're going to lift, release. So at your own pace. Good, let's fully release. On an exhale, we can take our knees up again, releasing your pelvic floor. We want to avoid too much tightness or a hypertonic pelvic floor, so releasing is just as important. Good, exhale. Let's do a little bit more fast twitch when you're ready. Beautiful. Release. Stretch it out again. We'll go for a little bit of a longer hold, and we're going to focus a little bit more on endurance. Big inhale in, and then lifting the blueberry in and up, or you can imagine a string from the opening of your vagina to your belly button, and that string is shortening, and holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Big breath in. Again. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. One more time. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's add bridge to that now. Hands can press into the ground. Let's roll our shoulder blades down. Inhale. Exhale, pelvic floor lift as we lift up as well. Good. Release down. Fully relax at the bottom and lift, engage. Core also contracts as you come up, holding 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release down. Good. Moving with your breath. On our next one, let's pulse. Pulsing here. Also squeezing your glutes. Releasing down. Good. One more time. Beautiful. Release. On our next exhale, we can come up and stay here. And exhale, we can lift and march. If you have diastasis recti, you can keep your hips down and alternate toe taps. So wherever you are, keeping your pelvic floor lifted and strong, working on endurance. Releasing down. Let's take our knees in again. We can circle your ankles if it feels good. Good. We can release our feet down again. We're going to take a leg extension now. Big inhale. And then exhale, extend. As you lift, bring it back in again. If it's too much to keep the leg lengthened, you can just lift your toe again. Bringing all your focus back to your pelvic floor. Fully releasing on your inhale. Beautiful. Let's roll over now. I'll give you 2 options to do your release. So we can either go into butterfly here, fully relaxing, option to tilt forward, or if it feels good to you, you can move into a deep squat here. If your heels pop off, that's okay. So wherever you are, fully releasing through your pelvic floor, taking a couple of deep breaths. Good, and you can stand up to come out if you're in your squat, or tip forward, coming back to a seated position. You did an amazing job today. I hope that your pelvic floor is feeling strong and functional after that class. With consistency, you can continue to make that mind-body connection and continue to strengthen and heal. However, I know how difficult it can be to strengthen and heal after birth. I would love to know what you're struggling with most or what your biggest challenges are around healing your pelvic floor. If you would like a new 10-minute core and pelvic floor healing class every day for 30 days, I will also link to my signature program below. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.